While Microsoft does eventually embrace a range of cool controller designs, right now the Series X controllers are fairly bare bones, and there comes a point in every gamer's lifetime when they just want something so unique that no one in their right mind would copy their style. That's where Mega Modz comes in. This is my custom designed Day of the Tentacle themed Xbox Series X controller, and I know your first thought is, that's hideous, James, and I admit it's certainly unique, but it's my unique and I love it. I'm James Bruce, you're watching MakeUseOf.com reviews, and today we're taking a look at an entirely custom Mega Modz Xbox Series X controller. So first, let me walk you through this configuration tool here, because when I say customize, I do mean it. It's not just a selection of different colored controllers to pick from. You can choose the color of the buttons, the sticks, the back, the trigger. Let me show you. So you can pick and choose from millions of combinations of all of these button colors and shell designs, etc. And you see the live preview of your design. And this live preview that you see is really what you get. So you're not just fumbling around in the dark trying to imagine how your design is going to look. You have this fantastically accurate live preview which you can look at the front, the back, the sides, and see how it's going to be. Now, of course, these individual bits and upgrades and color changes do all come with a cost. So the more customization you do, the more it's going to cost. That said, expect to pay anywhere from $5 to $10, $15 for each type of custom job that you add onto it. Now, for this particular one that I designed, it came out to a total of around $130, but that's because I literally put everything in custom. So it's really up to you how far you want to take your customized design. Just a few little flourishes here and there and change the body perhaps, or customize all the things. But I do think it's well worth it for the truly unique controller that you end up with. Now, at the time of writing, the modded aspect of the Mega Modz controller, rather than the purely aesthetic custom changes, is not supported yet, but it is in the works. So at some point you will be able to add in those extra features, the mods like button remapping and custom macro sequences, if you want them. But like I say, I haven't opted for those. They're not available yet, so I can't comment on how well those work or how easy it is to configure them. All I can comment on is the actual customization process and how it looks and feels. So if you're not familiar with Mega Modz as a company, one of their defining features is that they don't use random third-party cheapo controllers. When they give you a customized controller, it started life as an actual original Microsoft Series X controller, so you know that all of the parts inside of there are original. The chips, the Bluetooth, you're not going to have any problems there. It's all proper official hardware. Now, that's in contrast to some third-party controllers you can get, which tend to feel cheap and nasty and often have connection problems. The Mega Modz is 100% original, except for the aesthetic changes that you layer over the top, the color changes, etc. So on this particular controller, for instance, pretty much all of the buttons and the top half have been entirely customized. The only thing that isn't changed is underneath you'll have either a black or a white, what would you call it, undercarriage, I guess. The main body of the controller underneath here is going to be the original that you select and start your customization from. Other than that, the faceplate, the triggers, the shoulder, everything that you've chosen to change is going to be custom. So on this controller, I went with a superb purple, pinky chrome body, rubberized neon and black grips, neon green buttons everywhere I could. And because I couldn't have neon green for the thumbsticks, I went with a deep purple there. Now, to be honest, the deep purple doesn't really stand out that much when you have such garish colors elsewhere, but it still looks lovely. But again, there's such a huge range of options, and the live preview in the configuration tool that they have really makes it easy to see what controller you're getting. In terms of quality of parts and the actual customization process, with the buttons and the joysticks, I really can't see any difference from an official controller. Although I am used to previous generation controllers, so the Series X one has some minor differences like a textured trigger and the circular D-pad. Other than that, it all feels very similar and much like an official controller would. So the quality of the custom job itself, everything is really superb. There's no loose buttons, the fascia isn't coming off, the rubber isn't peeling from underneath, there's no screwdriver marks or scuffs anywhere. It just all feels very much like a high-quality official controller, as if it came from the Xbox Design Labs themselves. Does it make me play any better? Ha! Not a chance. My bumbling meat sack fingers are just as useless as they ever were, but at least they look good while losing. So now we come on to the most important question. Is the Mega Modz custom Microsoft Series X Xbox controller worth it? Absolutely. Sure, it's obviously a luxury to be making your own highly customized, unique controller. But if that's something that you value, then I can't think of any better company to do it for you than Mega Modz. In fact, given that a standard Xbox controller costs $60 anyway, paying an extra $40, $50 to make that a one-of-a-kind controller unique to your own exact specifications, then yeah, I'd say that's worth it. Depending on how much you game, of course, but if you're going to be using your controller for 1-2 hours a day perhaps, then spending that little bit extra to make it truly yours is definitely worth it. Like a decent office chair or mouse or keyboard, it's not really something you want to cheap out on. Anyway, thank you to Mega Modz for letting me go mad with their online customization tool. And as a special reward for one lucky viewer, they've also offered up another completely customized controller of your choice. So all you need to do to enter is head on over to the link in the description or go to muo.com/giveaways, and there you'll find an entry widget. Pop your details in there, and most importantly, go over to the Mega Modz site and run through their customizer tool. And then when you've decided on your design, save that to your wish list and then share that URL with us. We'll pick a winner at random in about a month's time. And if your name comes out of the hat, don't worry, I won't subject you to this design. Of course, you'll win your own choice of design. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please do hit like if you appreciated this review, and do consider subscribing for more weekly gadget giveaways, tech tutorials, daily tech news, and more from all of us over at muo.com. That's right, we've moved, we have a new home. So just a heads up, don't worry if you're typing in the old address and you find yourself on a new domain. It is official, it's not some malware on your computer, don't worry about it, it is us. We've just moved home. Anyway, you've been watching James Bruce with muo.com reviews. Until next time.